Any human will have power beyond anything we've ever known. If need be, our food will be light and sound. We'll be able to levitate. We'll live for up to 5,000 years. And we'll be telepathic. When this kicks in, it will be quick. The time is near. It's time for you to join the stars. It's time for the bad to leave and the good in humanity to come out. It's time to rise.
Hey guys, Prometheus Gauntlet here. I'm over here at the park, and the Prepared Mind asked for us to show what medical stuff we had. So what I'm doing here is I made a video to show the medical prepping that I did. It's not a lot. I don't have a lot of resources, but I threw together some stuff, and I'm just going to show you one at a time what I've got. So here we go. Step 1, make sure you have plenty of coffee. Get your alcohol burner out. Okay. Anyway, one of the first things I want to show, besides the fact that I can make coffee, is these small kits. Sometimes you don't have enough resources to have a big kit, but what you can do is you can go to the dollar store and you can make small kits. Let me go ahead and show you. This is an example of a small kit. This is one of those pouches that you put mail in or money. You can pick them up at Walmart real cheap. And just go to the dollar store and you get all the dollar creams they have. They don't sell the antibiotic ointment anymore. That's too bad because it's pretty good stuff for $1. You get bandages. I've got some moist wipes. I've got more band-aids. Ooh, we even got those. And let's see. Oh yeah, these are gloves, rubber gloves, plastic gloves, aspirin, of course, tape, more tape. You know, just some basic stuff to throw in there. These are all bandages and stuff like that. There's some pills in there, tablets for whatever, allergies or whatever. You know, so like it's just a simple kit, and this is one I have in my car just so I can reach it really easy. So this is one part of the medical prep that I have. It's just a simple little kit. Has these basic things in there: hydrocortisone cream, antibacterial, aspirin. No big deal. You just go to the dollar store and load up. If they don't have this antibiotic ointment there, because they may not have it, just find that, you know, you might have to pay for it, but it'll be worth it just to have that in there. Because without that, it's kind of it's almost useless without some sort of antibacterial thing. They also have like alcohol wipes. I think I have some alcohol wipes in here somewhere. You know, I have matches just in case I need to start a fire. And that's part 1. Okay, now we're doing the books. I managed to pick up some cheap books from half-price books. There's the SAS Survival Handbook, which I have not gotten into very deep yet, but it looks like it's got plenty to learn. Okay, because knowledge is important. You know, in here you'll find things you can use in the wild for medical purposes. That's why I'm showing it to you. It's by John Lofty Wiseman. Okay. Now there's an urban survival handbook, which does cover other urban topics, but most of it's very common sense. I've mostly gone over halfway through this book. It's also by the same gentleman. And basically, a lot of this stuff, I whizzed through it so quickly because a lot of it is common sense stuff like home safety, keeping your place safe, keeping it within fire code and things like that. There is some more advanced medical in there, which is things you would do for like a chemical burn and stuff like that is in here. Things that would happen around the house, disasters around the house, this has a plan for that. So, you know, I have a lot of that common sense already, but you may want to go through there just to kind of refresh yourself. That's what I'm doing. And this one, I still have to get to it. But this also has poisonous plants in it. Where is it? There. See, poisonous plants. Pesticides, all those things you do with there. Now, I did manage to pick up an EMS field guide from the Half Price Books, real cheap, and it has all these quick ways to look up chemicals and how to do, how to react to them if they happen, like psychiatric emergencies, recent crises. All this stuff is in here, and it's just an EMS guide, but you don't have to be an EMS to go through here and try to be familiar with the material. So, and another plane. This one is by Paul Lesage. Yeah, you could probably find it. This is a 2009 version, but you could probably find them in Half Price Books, or just try to go online and find them. The last one I have is the Emergency War Surgery book, Survivalist Medical Desk Reference. This one I bought real cheap. I think it was like $10-20 from one of these catalogs online. I don't see who. It says Department of the Army. That doesn't help. That doesn't give me an author. 3rd edition. It's by Skyhorse Publishing. But anyhow, it tells you how to do all these basic things in an emergency. And man, I'm not very medical, but I kind of breezed through here a little bit, and it's just step by step on how to address certain things. You can even do surgery, abdominal injuries, you know. You just have to know how to look it up quickly. I'm just using one hand, so I don't have a lot to. Here. See, it's black and white. That's the only the disadvantage to that book, but it's cheap. And that's the 4 medical references I have. This one has like poisons. This one has like everything in nature you can imagine, things you can eat. Survival Handbook. This one's a medical desk reference for emergencies, and this is an EMS guide. So I hope that helps you. Maybe I can get the yeah, I can probably put these codes up there. Maybe that'll help. The ISBN number, maybe that'll help you track it down. Alright, that's that. Okay guys, I completely forgot about this book. It's a first aid and CPR book. This one is actually in color. Shows you how to do bandages and stuff, bleeding control. I mean everything. First Aid and CPR, 3rd edition, web enhanced, by the National Safety Council, and I bought it at the Goodwill. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. It's exhaustive. It's not as in depth as the war surgery, but all the common stuff. You know, you could pick up a medical book or equivalent anywhere, you know, how to check for things. Now, probably nurses look at this and think, well, this is a very, very advanced book, you know, for what it's meant to do. But anyway, I forgot to take this to the park with me, so this is another book. I'll add it to the list. Okay, this is my big red bag of medical stuff. Put a cross on it there, and I'm going to open this up. It's basically just cheap luggage I bought from the Goodwill, a piece of cheap luggage. It's like almost 2 foot by 1 foot, something like that. And you know, I just put all excess and all the major stuff that I could need in the house there. So I keep this in the house, and it's designed to be portable, but that's only if I really have to bug out. I'm preferring to bug in, So that's why I have this stocked up, and I got this stocked up a while ago, so some of those medications may need to be updated. But I'll open it up right now and show you what's in there. I had to show you that one. That was like right overhead, right? Anyway, the red bag. Okay. In the red bag, I took all the contents out. Okay. And I managed to find these canes, these folding canes, for like $10 each. And I almost had a fit because they're usually pretty expensive canes. But these are foldable canes. They're cheap, but they work. I use a couple of them myself when my ankle gets really bad. So I have 2 of them in here. I have extra kitchen, those cheap dollar store kitchen towels. That's what those are. I have these plastic divider things, these plastic boxes that you put fishing gear in. I use them for medical. I got Vaseline, bandages, alcohol cleaners. I should get better quality cleaners because these were pretty cheap. These are face masks that I have wrapped in that cellophane. More bandages, cheap bandages, and I forgot what's in there. Nothing. The other one over here has finger splints. A couple of finger splints in there. You get those at the dollar store. Allergy ibuprofen. Sorry, a bee's getting me. I was being attacked by nature. No, Mother Nature, no. I'm a good boy. Anyhow. Anyway, more bandages. Wraps. Elastic support bandages are really good. I use these. Dollar store stuff. Here, this is dollar store stuff. Hand sanitizer, dollar store stuff. This is more antibacterial moist wipes, dollar store stuff. You know, more petroleum jelly here. These are different. I got them from that rubber hose. Those rubber hoses that you use to use as a tourniquet. I got these. Originally I got them to make my slingshot, which I gave away as a prize. Not on my channel, but with some guys that I know. But these are a little expensive, but I picked it up. I think it was at Home Depot or Lowe's. And they're you just cut it. No. It comes in a small roll. I think it's 10 foot or something like that. These are good to have in there. I have 2 of them. I have 2 in there. I got more surgical dressing pads, you know, more tape, you know, medical tape in there. Mind you, this is supposed to be for the house, okay? Here I have those wrist supports, just in case somebody sprains their wrist, which can happen. Let me put these back in here. Okay. Oh, it's a little fighter now. It's a little fighter. Let's see. Wave hello to the man. Anyhow, more bandages in this bag. These are, I think, what are they called? I don't remember where I got them. Sterile bandage roll. I don't remember where I got these. I'm not even sure how to use them, but they're interesting. Let's see what else. Oops. Everything's wet in the morning. Here, this middle section. A couple of diapers I had left over. I was in the hospital for surgery, and they gave me diapers because I couldn't get out of bed, so I kept them. Also, same with these little bag of facial tissue. I got vinyl exam gloves. These are good for your hands to protect you from infection. This is hydrogen peroxide, and this should be alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Now this expired already in 2016, January 2016, but because it's sealed, I'm going to assume it's still good for a little while longer. I have some real old hydrogen peroxide that still bubbles, and I opened it and used it probably over a decade. So I think it's probably still good. Here's another bandage, soft surgical tape. Oh, I got this from the hospital, soft surgical tape. This trash bags, chapstick, of course. More facial Kleenexes left over for the surgery. This was left over from the surgery also. This wraps around your abdominal area. It's like a big wrap. It's just a huge wrap. You see? It's a huge wrap that goes around you, and it has that Velcro on it. I used this, and I figured it's still good because, you know, I got over that a long time ago. So I threw that in there. Maybe somebody else can use it. Dial soap. Plenty of antibacterial dial soap. That's important. And this is a surgical kit that I bought from somebody online. It says Elite One Stayed. Elite First Aid. Stayed. Elite First Aid. Elite First Aid Inc. So this is probably from some prepper that started a business and decided to put things in there. This is what the surgical set has. I got this in addition to that surgical book just in case shit really gets bad. It's all sealed up. And there you go. Now it's probably expired 3/16, so some of the stuff's probably expired, but like I said, it's sealed. As long as it's sealed, it's usually pretty good. You could also find substitutes in the field if you have to. But yeah, that is pretty much the red bag. It has all the important medical stuff I need for the house. Let me show you a wide shot there. You see? I got all that stuff in there. Got the cane in there. Well, 2 canes. Man, these things were cheap. I was so lucky to find them so cheap. They're pretty sturdy. I'm a big guy too, and they can take my weight. And that's it. There's a lot of bandages for boo-boos and things to clean the wounds and stuff like that. Even that stuff that's expired, it could still be good. Just don't open it and leave it there. Even that chapstick is not opened. The chapstick's not open, so it's still good. Just leave it in there, you know. But anyway, that's my response video for the Prepared Mind. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I do have one other bag I'm going to show you, and that's the bag in my bug out bag. This is my bug out bag right here. This blue sports bag with the thing in there, so I don't have to carry it on my back all the time, because it is quite heavy, even minimalizing everything in there. I do have a medical bag in there, and I will show you what that looks like in a second. Okay, just one last shot of the big red bag. There you go. Put that all away. Now, when you put these fluids in here, make sure that the bag is facing the right direction, and so that they're not upside down, and you'll be good. Unfortunately, I think I put it upside down. So I have to reverse it, but that's okay. At least I found out, right? So, like, if this is the bottom, I put the soap on the bottom, and I'm resting this fluid on top of it, and these two are on the bottom here. So, if this were the bottom. So I'll flip it right now, but you know, it's good to catch yourself before you make critical mistakes like that, because you put pressure on those bottles the wrong way and you're going to be up the creek. So anyway, take care, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do the little one in my bug out bag right now. Okay, this is what I have in my bug out bag, my infamous bug out bag of blueness. This is a black bag. Maybe it's a cosmetics bag. I really don't know. I got it at Goodwill, and I cleaned it out, and I packed it full of medical things I think I could use. We have scissors, right? We have all kinds of medications. even some laxative. You never know when you need to get something out of you. This is very similar to what I had in the other bag. This is bandages, super glue, tape, ointment, pain reliever, aspirin, sutures. This one actually has sutures in it. I moved most of the sutures to my bug out bag because I actually need them there. I had planned to get more sutures, but I never did because things got kind of tough for me. More lifestyles in there. Other things, alcohol swabs, band-aids, various things in there. There's a bee in there. Anyway, petroleum jelly is always good for a lot of things. I got more dollar store stuff. This is just a tube I got, and I filled it with hand cream because sometimes your hands get dry, and it's a bit heavy, but I figure it's worth it because every once in a while my hands just get real dry. I am diabetic, so I may need that. But I got itch cream, hydrocortisone, antibiotic here. I got another one of these tourniquets, those rubber hose tourniquets or something, and alcohol swabs there. And that's what I got there. That's what goes in my bug out bag. And of course an ankle brace because I do have a bad ankle. So all this fits in there. If I were to put this back in there, I'll put this over here, or maybe in there. You just kind of find a way to fit it in there. Close this up. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, and boom, there you go. Oops, that fell off. There you go. Just zip it up. Zip it up, you're good to go. It goes in your bag. That bag goes in my bug out bag. That bag goes in my car. That red thing goes in the house. The books go in the house. And that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else except what I have in the medicine cabinet at the house, which is just going to be common stuff. As far as tablets are concerned, don't forget to get Pepto-Bismol tablets. They will last when you can't carry Pepto-Bismol because it is a little heavy. Allergy stuff, laxatives, things like that you just won't have time to go search the shrubbery for these things, and you want to have them there available. As long as it's light, aspirin, anything like that, common stuff. Most of the stuff you'll find at the dollar store, the expiration dates kind of go off a bit, but like I said, if it's sealed, it's going to be good for a long time. So make do with what you got, with whatever budget you have. Even if you just make one bag and you keep it in your car with one medical item bag in there, that's better than zero medical. And that's pretty much it. It was exhausting going through that, wasn't it, man? I did that stuff a long time ago when I had money and I had resource. Nowadays, most of it, like I said, it's old. I haven't had a lot of money coming in, but eventually I'll get back on the horse again somehow. And that's it. I hope that answers the Prepared Minds questions of what kind of preparations I have, because he asked. And I hope you all guys enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves. Go to the park, and just remember, the trees do not fuck with you. The trees are not your enemy. The trees are not assholes that charge you rent. Look how nice they are. They do not fuck with anybody. They're the only ones I trust on this planet, I swear. But take care, guys. Alright, bye-bye. I forgot to mention that I'm going to put all the ISBN numbers and the titles and stuff to the books that I have in the description below. That's all. Alright, bye-bye.
All that matters is that it keeps going. And it keeps evolving. And it keeps learning to love, and it keeps loving to learn. And it will.